show this summer.
Yeah,
we collected, like, we've been touring for the last year, so we scooped up so many videos. We have 3 storage lockers full of this stuff. So, yeah.
Basically locking ourselves into an apartment this summer and watching all the tapes and hoping to come up with some gold.
And foundfootagefestival.com is where you can find more of this stuff.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing I'm going to show you. You guys want to see one more thing? Last show thing of the night. You want to explain, because you do the viral video?
Yeah, well, okay, so this is a little bit different in that it's a video that happened while we were on tour that we made rather than actually found, but it's related, because when we're on these tours, you go to a small town and you try to promote yourself, so we'll do these morning television news interviews to try to get people out to the show, but they're awfully early in the morning. We debate whether it's even worth doing.
Yeah, we have to wake up like in the 5s, like 5 a.m. to do these things. We wonder if our demographic is even up then. Like, farmers are up then, and farmers don't come to our show. So, so we started doing something to entertain ourselves. We called it the 2-word phrase challenge, where right before we go on air on one of these morning news shows, I'll challenge Nick to say 2 words casually at some point in the interview. He just has to work it in. The best example ever was in Houston, Texas. I challenged him to say basketball murderers. And he had to say both words, basketball and murderers, together. Basketball murderers. Murderers had to be plural. Everything. And the son of a bitch nailed it. And he nails it every fucking time.
But Scott, this one almost didn't happen because it was getting towards the end of the interview. I could tell the anchor was trying to wrap this up, and I still did not come up with a way to casually say basketball murderers.
He always finds a way,
live
though.
But then at the very last question, he's wrapping it up, and he goes, so who are the kinds of people who make these videos? And I thought, wait a minute. I was like, I have an answer for that. So it was something like, oh, they could be crazy. They could be basketball murderers for all we know. We just don't know who makes these tapes. And
the guy didn't bat an eye.
No.
The reporter did not bat an eye at that. He just kept on going
They
with
don't
the interview.
listen. That's the thing.
They're awful. These things are awful.
They never listen. But even, okay, so
what'd you do?
That got a little bit old, and we decided to take it a step further, and we made a press release for a fictional character that we thought would be funny to get on a morning show, and this actually worked.
We've gotten pretty good at writing up these press releases, because if you think about it, like, these morning news shows are on 5 days a week. They have 90 minutes to kill every single day, so they're starving for content. So we came up with this press release for this guy who was a yo-yo expert, who traveled all around the country to elementary schools teaching kids about the environment with his yo-yo.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any goddamn sense if you think about it.
Perfect bait for morning shows.
Oh, it's a slam dunk. And we sent out 10 press releases throughout the Midwest. We got 7 responses back saying, sure, we'd love to have the yo-yo expert on our show. Like, it actually worked. Like, they really wanted it. And so we actually had to do it now. So a friend of ours from Milwaukee was unemployed at the time, and he has the best dumb guy impression in the world. And the best part is he has no idea how to yo-yo, and he's going to be our yo-yo
He can
expert.
barely make it come up and down.
Yeah.
So, that actually worked to our favor. So we, some of these went online, but a lot of these still haven't been seen. So we wanted to bring some highlights from this. Kenny Strasser, we called him, and it's the yo-yo expert.
Yeah, and I shortened it down a little bit, but this is, find this online. It's the funniest thing you'll ever see. Just imagine these people in these morning shows. Just take a look.
Live from Rockford's news leader, this is 13 News Today. How did you get started to do something like this?
Basically, at one time, this saved my life. I was literally in the gutter, and it was gambling, drugs, women, lotto. Wow, that's basically gambling.
Just tell us a little bit about how you got started to be a yo-yo master.
Honestly, I am just a 35-year-old kid at heart, twice divorced, and no kids. I don't have a girlfriend, don't want one.
You go around to schools with yo-yos and show demonstrations, and you have a goal behind all this.
Actually, I've only been in one school so far, and I'll be honest, it didn't go so hot. In fact, it was literally a major disaster, and I think there's something to be said about how kids are brought up these days, and I come from a home that believe in spanking.
So this is a company that makes these yo-yos in a green way?
Well, the yo-yo itself isn't. It's, I tell the kids, the yo-yo is off the Richter scale when it comes to lead. So just like M&M's, not in your mouth, not in your hands. Honestly, I'm just going all around. I have a brother in Portland who I don't get along with very well because of his wife. I'm not going to... Yeah. Hi.
We're dealing with some issues this morning,
Yep.
so we will
Love it.
actually just hand that back to Jeff and Bob, and we'll be joining you a bit more with some of these yo-yo tricks.
I get a little bit of flack for it, because it's not, like, right away, it's not your typical yo-yoing, because I'm just twirling it, but when you get the kids their yo-yos,
Yeah.
and they start getting, it's probably my dad, my get it. They start yo-yoing, and they get going,
Uh-huh.
and you're like this, you know?
So it's a lot of high energy,
It's a lot of
fun.
high energy, and the kids love it, and a lot of times, we'll be laughing so hard, we don't even get to the environmental stuff.
Don't even get to the environmental stuff. That is, honest to God, the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. You guys created it. FoundFootageFestival.com. Guys, that's our show. The musical guests, once again, James Hall, Hugh Ash, Jack Singer, Matt Buckley, Steve Stallings, Matt Oliver, Chase Beisenheimer, my dad, Marty, this microphone, and you guys for coming out and enduring the pain with me. Come on back, RunningLateShow.com. Thank you so much.